Got me a little snack, so. I believe I fixed up what the lag issue was, so we'll see. Alright, let's go ahead and go to sleep. You dreamed that you were Yosuke's parent. It was a surreal, awkward dream, but your relationship with Yosuke has intensified. I love that that gives you social link points. Just your weird dream gives you social link points.
Hello. I realize this is sudden, but I'm Margaret. We met at the Velvet Room the other day. There is one important point I forgot to warn you about, so I thought it best to contact you immediately. Going to save your friends is a selfless and noble deed. By all means, we encourage and support you in regards to this matter.
Yeah, it distinctly didn't specify which parent.
Will mean facing one battle after the next. Though you may be pressed for time, devoting yourself to battles will not quench your heart's yearnings. The bonds created through social links are another important means of strengthening the powers of your persona. Do not hasten heedlessly through your days, and remember the importance of moving at a sustainable pace. Please remember that. Well then, if you'll excuse me.
Hi, this is the really bored-sounding girl from the Velvet Room. I know your friend's about to die, but go join a club, okay? That said, we actually do need to join 2 of the 4 offered clubs, because the athletic club is our strength social link, and the other clubs are our sun social link. So we actually do really need those to max out our things. Words. Hi, Christine. You didn't really miss much. We just made some more progress on Yukiko's dungeon, and we're back here now. So yeah, the sports club and the culture club options, they each have 2 we can join. I believe the votes were for the basketball club for the sports club. Also, this shrine is going to be very important in that, well, you'll see. This is just telling you about the social links that you can find. Yeah. Oh, yo, Yens! Yip, yip, yip! Okay, where's the faculty office? That's the interesting office. I'll explain that when we actually get to the shrine, but, oh, wait, that's faculty office. Basically, the shrine is going to give us a way to replenish our SP while in the dungeon, but it is abhorrently expensive. And it only replenishes your SP, it doesn't actually heal yourself, so if you're going to use that, you're going to have to heal yourself first. Can we actually join a culture club yet? So the clubs of the school are actually unique social links. Because they have a very specific time frame you can actually rank them in. Thankfully, unlike 5, you are not locked out of them halfway through the game, so that's actually quite nice. I don't know what that one is, but we've haven't taken the vote for the culture club yet. Go to the faculty office and hang a left, he said? Be this way. Oh yes, because they meet in the other building, which you get to by going over here. Yeah, we know. We've seen this before. And we already said we were going to be joining the basketball club, so basketball club it is. When the culture clubs actually open, I'll take votes for what culture club we want to join. I'm actually really glad that basketball won, because I like the dude in basketball better than I like the dude in soccer. Though I don't think the sports club social link actually changes that much. The culture club ones do, but I think the sports one is mostly exactly the same. Also, teacher, getting a little ahead of yourself. Yeah, coach! We just got here, please! Why are you even in the club if you're not enthusiastic? Like, legitimately, why are they here? If it was something like art or whatever, I could understand, because you can just shrug and sort of bullshit your way through that, but why an athletic club? If you don't want to be here, why are you moving around? Hey. And I guess if the culture clubs aren't accepting members until later, then there's that as well.
Oh yeah, I'm Ko Ichijo.
And here's our new friend. This is Ko.
I'm beat.
This, by the way, would be the dude who we would be focusing on if we went to soccer.
Oh.
The strength social link handles both of them, but as Maverick said, which team you pick determines whether you're focusing on Ko or this dude. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Daisuke Nagase. Nice to meet you.
It might just be me because I've never been very athletically inclined. I had asthma until I was like 20. So, physical clubs were not really a thing I could really deal with. So whenever I needed to do an extracurricular, I mostly went to things like music, art. There was another one I went into that I can't remember right now. Well, remember, Yosuke was supposed to be dateable, and then they decided to take that out, but I refused that. I hate that Kanji's not dateable, yeah. Yep, there are English recorded lines on the disc for Yosuke's romantic rank 10. So it got cut way late. I am mostly salty about Kanji, though, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't quite understand why the Persona games don't just make everybody dateable. Especially when it does what it does on 5, where there's only like one rank they have to rewrite to be platonic. So you could keep the entire rest of the rank totally the same and just rewrite the slight one. Not really. He really doesn't. The thing about Kanji is that there's a lot of conflicting information about him. Because the predetermined love interest, which I generally just show as him showing interest in that character, is actually a girl. And word of God, the people who actually wrote the game said that Kanji was straight up gay. So that's already a major conflict right there. And on top of that, that character doesn't really show any interest back. There's not really any chemistry between them. And it doesn't change the scenes or chemistry even if you are dating that girl. Which also shows that there's a huge plot hole in the writing. Because that girl is not the type to two-time on you. So it's a lot of conflicting information with who is with who and who is interested in who. And Golden only made that conflicting information 10 times worse. Yeah, it's Kanji and the girl are cute, but there's no chemistry there whatsoever. It's just very awkward and feels pretty forced. And like I said, there is a thing that the actual literal writers of the game said that Kanji was gay, which means he would not be able to date that girl realistically because they don't have an attraction to each other as well. So it's one of those things where the interpretation, where there's so much that's just clashing, it's basically your own interpretation of how it works. That is actually one reason I don't like Golden as much as 4, despite the fact that I think... Yeah, it really does. I don't know that I would call the girl the most LGBT, because that is actually the girl that has the whole thing of people headcanon her as trans, and that's actually really insulting to her, sort of thing, because of the way her story goes. And I know that sounds bad, but I can't get any further into it without actually getting to spoilers, and I will address it when she comes up. But, yeah, that's kind of how it... I would call her more gender non-conforming than LGBT. Generally, the way I look at it is that Yosuke is closeted and gay, where his interest in Saki was mostly family, but he might have had a slight attraction to her. So he could have very been mostly gay and slightly bi, but generally he's not straight and very closeted, which is why the way he does it. Kanji I kind of see as a similar thing. He's either gay or bi, but guy-leaning. And, like, I'm actually gonna be totally honest, that girl that they try to ship with Kanji, even though there's no chemistry, I actually find her far cuter with the main character. She actually feels way better with the main character than Chie, Yukiko, or the other one does. Actually, yeah, that's another good way to put it, Pi. I've never felt the romantic connection between Yosuke and Saki. I just never really saw a thing of a crush there. It just didn't really feel that way. But yeah. So yeah, my ships on this would be, essentially, Chie and Yukiko, Yosuke and protagonist, Naruto and protagonist, or Kanji and protagonist.
Huh?
You do, but people like Yosuke who are fairly obvious about things, it would have been pretty clear if he actually liked Saki as, like, romantic-like. But it really never came off to me like that. It always felt like Yosuke was talking about a dear sister he had. I love that second option too, but Soji is nice. Soji will help. Yeah, the thing I hated about Golden is they added a ski trip, which was good, but the ski trip cutscene sucked awfully because the ski trip cutscene forced on the unchemistried quote-unquote canon pairings, and by canon I mean the developers thought this was hot, I guess, and it's a pain in the keister because none of the like forced pairings are interesting at all. Like, what I think the pairings the developer liked was, your second navigator and the main character, Kanji and that girl, and Chie and Yosuke, and none of those three pairings are even remotely interesting or have any sort of chemistry about them. They're so terrible. Yeah, basically. That's also why I mentioned it last time as well. Yeah, like, I want you to keep in mind, when I saw that ski trip cutscene, I was dating that girl at the time. And so that was kind of very awkward to see the game forcing my loyal girlfriend into pairing shipping things with the gay dude who does not actually like her. It was a thing. But, what was I saying? I actually forgot what I was on track before. What do I actually need to raise? I need to raise courage, diligence, and understanding. I don't think I can actually raise that tonight. I don't think I can leave. Yeah, I'll just have to skip tonight and get the next time. Oh right, I said it, I believe, in the first video, but just as a retouch, there's going to be a point where Yosuke is horrifically bigoted, and knowing that he was intended to be gay and they just cut it makes it feel more like he's lashing out and is trying to be defensive. Like, he doesn't genuinely mean that, he's just very, very closeted and it's a defensive mechanism. Sort of thing. Yeah, basically exactly like the way Kanji works. And when you actually realize that the way he's acting is a defense mechanism because of that, it becomes a lot more tolerable. Especially because he actually cuts the shit later on and just completely drops it, which is nice. Though I just realized something that makes me kind of want to face desk. I said we were not going to do any spoilers, and then we just started talking about Kanji. I didn't even, like, think of the fact we just started talking about Kanji. Yeah, it was like, whoops! To be fair, the thing with Kanji is very obvious. He's very obviously meant to be your next party member. But I still feel kind of bad about that. So I apologize to anybody who we might have spoiled that way. Luckily, Kanji is not very big of a spoiler. It's not going to be a while before we see him, but you'll see. Yeah, most likely, but I still like to keep streams and stuff spoiler free, just on the off chance somebody who doesn't want to be spoiled is watching. But oh well. As long as we don't spoil anything huge like twists or way later characters, I think it's alright. Sleep well, Maverick. Yeah, Kanji's actually going to be our 4th party member, so we're going to see him after we handle Yukiko. So, at least it won't be... It's not a big spoiler. I will say that Kanji is my favorite character in this game, bar none. But yeah. So yeah, LGBT stuff. I'm still mad at the developers for, I'm still mad at the developers for, like, cutting all of the LGBT options. And things like that. So like with Persona 5, Yusuke is gay. He's intended to be gay. He is gay, and that's what I go with, despite what other people try to claim. And in this one, I do the same. Yosuke is gay. Kanji is either gay or bi, with leaning towards guys, most likely gay. And I think Chie and Yukiko are lesbians. So that's my take on it. That said, I actually have a question for you, Oreo, out of curiosity. Oh god, spelling. No, I'm bad at spelling. Yeah! I think you're right. It has been a while since I've seen his social link, but I think you're right. What do you think of the idea of Chie as a trans girl? Because I've heard that go around a lot, that Chie is a trans girl, but I have never seen any good explanation for it. I addressed this in the first video, but literally every single person that I have seen mention the Chie is a trans girl thing points to the fact that she has masculine interests as proof she is trans. And I was just wondering what your thought on that was. Also, oh god. Yeah, that was my thought. The masculine interest equals trans thing. My response was, no. No. I have masculine interests and I am not trans. Oh god, which one of these is it? I know it's one of the top two because I know Millennium uses two N's, but I don't remember if it uses two L's or not. I'm horrible at spelling. Let's do the double L. Oh, thank God. That was the one that looked right. Also, on the note of trans characters randomly, I'm surprised nobody's latched to Teddy. Teddy is basically entirely trans. He is physically genderless. So, maybe that wouldn't quite count for trans, I'm not sure. And we got social link points from him for doing that. We got some expression, which I think was one of the one we needed. Food or agender. He does prefer masculine pronouns, but I think you're probably right on the agender one. Then again, he doesn't really mind later on something else, so gender fluid is also entirely a possibility. He might just be gender fluid preferring male mode. And of course, all of this stuff is probably the least bit intended by any of the developers. But, our game now. We rubbed our little gay hands all over it. They can't have it back. Alright, let's actually see if we can finish up Yukiko's castle today. After which I need to see about that shrine. Though, one of the, it does remind me, there's actually two social links that, level abnormally. Most social links just, go, with the rank up points.
Yeah, let's go.
Besides the Fool and the other one. But there are two, which is, the Empress and the Hermit, which level oddly. And that's the same thing you said yesterday. I forgot to buy supplies. Shit. I do too. All the music in this game is really good. I will say that I think my favorite Persona track, my two favorite Persona tracks come from Golden, which is kind of unfortunate. But the soundtrack in general is just pretty amazing. I don't know. It's kind of surprising to me because Persona 2, a PlayStation 1 game, had a canonly gay romance route. Just not even subtle. It was blatant. And they can't do better now than they did then? It's so strange. Okay, don't use physical. How did you do better in like 2000 than you're doing in 2019, Atlas? I will add one thing to that. Let us date boys and make a goddamn female protagonist. There are only 2 games in the entire Shin Megami Tensei series that I can think of that have female protagonists. 2! How do you have, like... I honestly think it's over 20 or more games now, possibly 30. How do you have that many and only 2 have female protagonists? What's wrong with you? Actually, it might be 3. Pi, was there a core Shin Megami Tensei that had a female protagonist? Because the ones I'm thinking of are P3 Portable, which gave you the option to be female, and the second Persona game, which I cannot words right now.
Just one enemy left.
Okay, so 3. In the, like, 30 games this series has, we have the second Persona 2 game, Persona 3 Portable, and If. And that's it. Those are the only female protagonists in the entire series. Like, I have no issue with a mono-gendered protagonist. I have no issue with not being able to pick your protagonist's gender. But for the love of God, Atlas, make a female protagonist! Yeah, if it's a case like that where it's there's some male-centered attitudes and stuff like that going along, I don't have an issue. Like, I'm not saying specifically Persona 5 needed the main character to be female. I'm saying they need games that have female protagonists.
Finish it off.
Counting on you.
Also, die already, please. Thank you. I will say that I at least like the fact that they make, Oh, that's 4 games then. Considering I am counting ones that let you be male or female. Those do count. Yeah, it's just, it's so strange. Because Persona has such really good writing, especially when you look at the deep subtext, and most of their female characters are written pretty well, and you can't make a female protagonist? Why? Yeah, well, when it comes to like male female protagonist stuff like that, I believe even spin-offs do count towards the total. Just as long as it's a part of that series in general.
It seems strong, but I'm sure you'll win.
Persona.
Yeah, he has.
One enemy.
He is still a pain in the keister to deal with, though.
Someone else's turn.
That's fair.
Couldn't quite beat it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that bugs the living daylights out of me. Like, you do not have a female protagonist. You do not have... non-straight dating options. It's very, very awkward looking in the timeline we're currently on. The timeline. What year we're currently on and the stuff coming out, it's very deeply awkward that they're not actually
Not bad, partner.
being inclusive. It just feels so surreal and strange. But that's why I have to make my own stuff. What was it? This is nice. That would be absolutely amazing. I would probably sell a kidney. If they did that, I would sell a kidney to buy whatever console it was on and the game. If they actually did that, because that would be amazing.
You hit its weakness. Gotcha. This is it.
All right, I leveled up.
Woohoo! Yosuke level. It's one of those things that actually, honestly, I found kind of weird. So the reason that Golden doesn't have a female protagonist is that they said that they wanted to focus on the game itself, and they didn't want to have to, like, they didn't want to put resources to a female protagonist so they could make the rest of the game better. Which...
Two enemies ambushed you.
Like, on the one hand,
It's not strong at all.
I sort of understand that line of thinking, but on the other hand, making a female protagonist literally would have just required a model change, some slight alters to the costumes, the pronoun change, and then slightly rewriting a couple of the social links. And that was it. That wouldn't have been as very intensive.
Two enemies. Charge through them.
Throw down. Persona. Someone else's turn.
Persona.
It does, like, the sad thing is it does make perfect sense for them to do that, but I honestly don't think they're gonna do that.
Oh, Chia-chan, that was...
That's the sad part. I genuinely, honestly don't think they're gonna do it. Because as much as I love Atlas, and as much as they make amazing RPGs, they just don't have a good track record for that.
Counting on you. Persona.
Well, see, the reason that P3P required that much rewriting is because P3P did not have social links for every character like Persona 4 did. Persona 3 only had social links with the female characters, so they had to completely rewrite every single social link for the female protagonist. They would not have to do that for the Persona 4 female protagonist, because they already have the majority of their stuff there. I am doing bad at this fight.
Back up. Hurry and beat it.
Like, I'm not saying it wouldn't have taken work. I just don't believe it would have taken so much work that it would have completely taken away from the game like they claimed it did. And even if it did, just cut Marie for that.
Yosuke,
Marie's
found an
thing was
enemy.
just, like, awful in all ways. Her social link wasn't even really a social link. It was deeply unsatisfying, and didn't even do the things social links are supposed to do.
One enemy. Fight, fight, fight.
Counting on you. Persona.
Take this. Yikes. It's tough. Roar! Go get him.
Yeah, like, if they're, like, honestly, that's why I don't really buy the whole, well, we wanted to focus on the rest of the game more. You could have cut Marie, which was not needed and nobody asked for, find a different justification for the dungeon, and then just worked on putting in a female protagonist. The sad thing is that if they were actually more representative, if more of the Persona game, if more of the Shin Megami Tensei games actually had female protagonists, no one would have cared that Golden didn't have one. No, apparently it starts on this floor that these are locked. It's just one of those things that I consider shooting your own self in the foot. Nap well, Oreo.
I smell 2 enemies. Beat them up. Protect me, Tomoe. It's down.
Girl.
Good move, Chie-chan.
We had fun with you here too.
It's down.
Let's do it!
I hope your sleep goes well.
Give it up!
We will try hard to find Chie's girlfriend. Alright, so I believe Maverick said this castle had 8 floors, which means we just need 1 more floor and we'll be at the boss. And considering I have the SP restoration items, which are already pathetic, right now we should be able to just go right through the boss. But I'll save before then just in case. Alright, let's go down this hallway then. These are new.
2 enemies. You can attack before them.
Counting on you. Persona!
Thanks. 2 enemies. Charge through them.
Okay, wind didn't work. What about ice? They drain ice. Okay, don't do that again. That was a bad idea.
Persona! Throw down! Persona!
Yosuke pounded an enemy.
Go, Yosuke!
Damn, it's not going down.
I guess that does it!
Randomly, you know what I find kind of funny about games like that? If the protagonist is never seen and only mentioned by, like, pronouns, if you don't want to rewrite the game to have he and she, you could just put they. Not only would that be grammatically correct, but it would encompass everybody. Especially because normal use, that's what I was looking for. They is in normal use. Even when referring to men or women, you would say they sometimes, just because it's so all-inclusive. This is also new.
Smash it.
It's also dead. Okay.
Victory.
Yeah, like, they could have easily just, like, said, oh, you're whatever gender you want to be in that case. That being said, on that note, I would actually recommend a game called Hustle Cat to you, Christine, if you like full-on visual novels. It lets you pick what your pronouns are. It's actually quite nice. This isn't nice. Okay. Chie! Help!
Chie-chan! It's down!
Go,
Good
go!
move, Chie-chan! It's down! Good
Great
move,
move, Chie.
Chie-chan! It's down!
Gotcha.
God, I love all-out attacks so much.
Give it up.
Valkyrie there was new,
Another
but
level for
meh.
me.
Yeah, leveled up.
I guess that's probably why this is one of my favorite RPGs, is just because they go so all in with the gender non-conforming stuff. And it won't show up for a little bit, but they actually do it fairly well, besides a couple of hiccups, which is kind of nice. Yeah, they really don't.
There are
Oh,
four
is
enemies!
she gonna have-
I know you can win!
4, 8, 12. Yes. She'll have just enough for this.
Four enemies! You gotta hang in there!
Come on. Take this.
It's so weird. I don't really understand Atlas's aversion to
It's down!
Atta
Good
girl.
move, Chie-chan!
non-male, non-straight stuff. It's weird.
It's down!
Go,
Good
go!
move, Chie-chan!
Oh, that's not. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Beat it!
Hey, why did you have to miss?
It got back up! Hurry, beat
Speaking of chaos,
it! It got back up! Hurry and beat it!
well, Chie is down.
Physical attacks won't work on it? Chie-chan's dizzy!
Persona.
Four enemies! You've gotta hang in there!
Okay, you know what?
Okay, I'll look for an opening for you.
Because this went really bad really fast.
Amazing, Sensei! Keep it up! Ah! Chie-chan's dizzy! Be patient! I need to find an opening first!
Hurry up with that, Teddy!
I let my guard down.
Four enemies left!
Okay, we might actually still have.
You hit it quick!
Great move,
Keep it up, Chie-chan!
Let's see if we can recover this a bit.
It got back up! Hurry and beat it!
Teddy, for the love of God!
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes!
now's your chance to run!
Jesus Christ. Not that I know of. I'm gonna be real mad if I do, but not that I'm aware of. Actually, one I just picked up. Yeah, the ones I have with me, I didn't have Bufu. The new one had Bufu. I didn't realize that. I feel less mad about that one since it was new. Okay, screw it. You can have all of them, Chie. Like I said, this is a little rough because you don't have your full party members and you don't have a dedicated healer. Things get a little easier once you have both of those. At least I walked face first into it.
I smell 4 enemies. Show them your stuff.
Take this!
You hit its weakness.
Atta
Keep
girl.
it up, Chie-chan.
Persona!
You hit its weakness.
Atta girl.
Keep it up, Chie-chan.
Persona!
It's down.
Atta girl.
Good move, Chie-chan.
Take this!
Revenge!
Down.
Revenge!
This is it!
I also like the fact that Chia has shorts on randomly. Oh, we have Zeo in the party again. That's good. Yeah, I might have just played the wrong Shin Megami Tensei games, but I've never really seen it all being fully gray before. Ah, like I thought. So here is the boss floor. When you hit this, that means you have actually completely finished. Ooh, I probably should have kept that. Oh well, I had a Vanish Ball too. That one actually does make me kind of mad. But when you hit the boss floor, that means that there's nothing else on this floor. You're just about to go straight into the fight. So be ready for that. I think we have what we need to be able to handle the fight. So let's go ahead and check this out. And now cutscene. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that completely. Honestly, I think games like this should just let you save anywhere.
Yukiko!
I knew it. There's 2 of her.
Oh? Ooh, what's this? 3 princes are here to see me. My, my. Are you the surprise guests who came in late? Oh, I wish I'd gotten a better look at you. My, it's getting crowded here. Why don't you and I go somewhere else? A land far, far away where no one knows me. If you're my prince, you'd take me there, won't you? Come on, pretty please?
Oh, is this scoring a hot stud?
Damn it, Chie.
3 princes. Wait, does that include me too?
Duh. The 3rd one's gotta be me.
Yeah, no, Teddy.
I seriously doubt that.
Chie. Yes, she's my prince. She always leads the way. Chie's a strong prince. Or at least she was.
Was?
When it comes down to it, Chie's just not good enough. She can't take me away from here. She can't save me.
Yukiko?
Stop. Historic inn? Manager training? I'm sick of all these things chaining me down. I never asked to be born here. Everything's decided for me, from how I live to where I die.
I can get
I'm
on
so
board with that,
sick of it.
Christine.
To hell with it all.
That's not true.
Or a suspense save like Majora's Mask
I
does.
just want to go somewhere far away. Anywhere but here. Someone please take me away. I can't leave here on my own. I'm completely useless.
Well, I admittedly don't. I'm not a big fan of suspend saves.
Stop. Please stop. I have no hope if I stay, and no courage to leave. So I sit on my ass, hoping that someday my prince will come. I don't care where we go. Anywhere's fine. As long as it's not here, I don't give a damn. Historical tradition, pride of the town, what a bunch of bullshit. How dare you? That's how I really feel. Isn't that right, me? No.
Stop! Don't say it!
No! You're not me!
At least Yosuke tried. I do appreciate the fact that it actually shows that your characters try to stop them.
This feels wonderful. It's building. More and more. If this keeps up, I'll...
It's symbolic.
Yukiko!
We have to stop it! That girl's in danger! We know!
It's alright, Yukiko. Just hang in there. We'll save you.
I am a shadow, the true self. Now, my prince, why don't we dance and make merry together?
Hang in there, Yukiko. I'm right here for you.
Oh, really? Then I'll make sure to give you plenty to deal with.
Not that I'm aware of. Also, yeah, if you didn't quite pick it up, the issue with Yukiko is she feels like she has absolutely no control over her own life. The idea of, well, I don't want to be a manager and take over seems simple to people like us, but the thing is that it's basically expected of her. She's not been ever given any other chance to do anything else. No one has even entertained the ability to let her do something else, is what her thoughts are. So she feels very, very trapped, like she literally has no choice in her life.
Throw down! Persona!
Yep. Interesting. They might have nerfed it, 'cause I thought she was weak to lightning. Lightning. I thought she was weak to wind. So they might very well have nerfed it.
Persona!
It was probably nerfed because it was so
I'm
difficult
pissed
because you
now.
didn't really have a lot of anything, actually.
Throw down! Persona!
Okay, we can't actually things like confusion don't actually work against bosses. I do believe poison does, and the debuffs still work perfectly.
We're not done yet. Show me this strength of yours. Come, my
Also,
prince.
bird tits. Just not noticed that.
Persona!
Interesting.
This one's tough! Hang in there! Throw down!
If I remember correctly, you want to get rid of these things fast. Maybe not, because they actually have way more health than...
This one's tough. Hang in
They
there.
have a ton of health. Maybe those are the ones that are weak to ice.
Persona!
Yes! Yes, they are.
Go, go.
Nice dodge, TA. I think I definitely did, for good reason. This is actually too much health for a summon.
Counting on you.
I don't remember what he does, but I kind of don't want to find out if I can help it.
Persona.
So if she summons another one, I might just put up with it. Because this is actually kind of harsh.
Throw down.
Persona!
Great moves, Jie.
I also like the fact that I buffed Soji expecting problems, and then
Yikes.
Yukiko's just ignoring him completely. Let's try lightning. Fire definitely is not gonna work, so let's try lightning. About the same.
Throw down. Persona.
Persona!
Oh, that's why we want to kill the prince. Okay. Hopefully she only summons those at preset intervals then.
It's weak to ice. Don't worry. You can win. Throw down. Persona.
Take this!
Atta girl.
See if she can kill it with Skullcracker. Why did that... Oh. That didn't make it dizzy. That's a problem.
Thanks a million!
Counting on you.
Take this!
Please die. Oh, come on! Oh, come on! Thank God that missed. Luckily we picked up Pixie. Ah, okay.
Let's do this, Jiraiya.
Speaking of critical,
Go, Yosuke!
Cody, come!
Okay,
No one's coming. Now's your chance to attack.
so that is a good sign, because that means you just need to kill it once and it'll keep it out of the fight.
Counting on you. Persona.
It does explain why it had so much health. It's still a bit excessive, in my opinion.
Counting on you. Persona.
Thank you!
Quit missing, Chie! There's literally no reason for you to miss.
Persona. Throw down. Persona.
Persona!
There! Landed a hit and she got hit with fire in return.
Counting on you. Persona.
Oh, I've had it with you!
Okay, so Soul Cruise, how much is Booster gonna do? She doesn't have a very good magic stat, so... That's actually good.
What? Are you trying to make me mad? That's not how it's supposed to work. You have to escort me.
Chie-chan's down.
Ooh.
This isn't good. Wow.
This might end badly. This is definitely gonna end badly, okay.
Counting on you. Persona.
Chie's spells will actually work better here, because she won't be draining her health for them.
That hurts!
She can still do about as much damage.
Take this!
I would like it to stop doing that, though!
Chie-chan's really hurting. Heal her. Counting on you. Persona.
Oh, I've had it with you! Persona!
Looks like I had the wrong idea. You're no princes. Die, you worthless commoners!
Chie-chan's down.
You're in my way.
Oh, this is very bad.
Tensei. Okay.
This, by the way, is the other reason I went for beginner. We would have had to been grinding a lot more to deal with this if I hadn't. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna eat the death.
Counting on you. Persona.
Yeah! I wonder why this fight got nerfed! I will say, as I said before, I don't mind hard fights.
Chie-chan's in danger. Heal her.
What I mind is when fights,
Chie-chan, they lowered your offense.
are hard without any real way of preparing for them, and you don't have any good way of dealing with this at this stage.
Persona.
Oh, I've had it with you!
Chie-chan's really hurting. Heal her. Oh no! Chie-chan, they lowered your offense! Persona!
Thanks a million! Come on!
Chie-chan's in danger! Heal her! Yosuke's in danger! He needs help!
We're working on it, Teddy!
Counting on you! Persona!
Oh, sheesh, that hurts! Come on!
Also, I didn't mention before, but being downed actually makes it impossible for you to dodge.
Chie-chan's in danger! Heal her!
So, being dizzy is what
Chie-chan's really hurting! Heal her!
is what skips your turn, but being down means you can no longer dodge attacks, so it's actually quite bad. You might actually finish this without having to consume one of the special items.
Chie-chan's really hurting! Heal her!
If we can connect an attack, we will be able to.
Persona!
Thank you! Come on!
That's gonna be close. There it goes! Oh, thank God.
You did it, Sensei!
That was far too close for comfort. Also, you notice that he learns resist fire even though he already resists fire? That's for passing down infusion.
Alright, I leveled up!
I leveled up!
And she actually gets our first all-hit skill, which is Mabufu, which means she can now consume far less SP when using ice on the whole party. Which is going to be very helpful when we come grinding later. You okay, Yukiko? Because we're not.
Yukiko! Yukiko, are you hurt?
No, I'm not.
We understand. You're not the only one like that, Yukiko-san. Everyone has something they can't show to other people, or don't want to admit to themselves.
Yukiko, I'm sorry. I was so self-centered that I never understood what you were going through. I'm your friend, and I still... Oh, I am so sorry.
I know how to grind,
Chie.
thanks.
I was always jealous of you, Yukiko. You had everything that I didn't. That jealousy was like a wall, and I was so lonely.
Also, she's supposed to be
I
crying,
wanted
but her
you to
voice doesn't
need
sound like
me.
she's tearing up.
But it was me who needed you. I can't do anything right on my own. I've caused so much trouble for Yosuke and the others. If you weren't by my side, I wouldn't know what to do.
Chie. I never saw the real you either. I was too busy trying to find an easy way out. I want to run away. I want someone to save me. You're right. Those feelings are part of me too. I understand now. You're me.
The strength of heart, blah, 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 blah. She gets a pretty persona, though. I like it a lot. She really is. So she has Konohana Sakuya. Which, I don't remember who that was in Japanese mythology.
Yukiko!
I should probably go over
Are you okay?
what each persona was in mythology that they have.
Yes, I'm just a little tired. You all came to rescue me.
Of course!
Thank you.
Don't even mention it. I'm just so glad you're safe.
Right on.
So, who threw you in here?
Huh? Who are you? Rather, what are you?
I'm Teddy. So who threw you in?
Today's right to the point, you have to admit.
I don't know. I think someone called my name. But my memory's a blur. I can't remember who it was. I'm sorry. Teddy?
No new clues.
Not necessarily. Now we know for sure that someone threw Yukiko-san in here.
And it really isn't you guys.
Satisfied now, Ted?
I always believed it wasn't you guys.
Uh-huh.
You're one lying sack of honey.
Anyways, let's hurry back home. Yukiko looks exhausted. Thanks again, Teddy.
Wait, you're leaving me here?
Leaving you? What are you talking about? You live here.
Well, yeah, but...
I'm sorry, Teddy. I promise to come again.
Full party, finally!
So be a good boy and wait here until then.
My, it's getting crowded here.
Teddy,
Why don't you and I go somewhere else?
don't mimic the shadow.
Come on, pretty please.
Ah, you're giving me the creeps. That's it, you're stuck here for the rest of your life.
Who's teaching Teddy these bad things to say? They were fine.
Yukiko,
Wasn't too bad.
Are you alright? You're not hurt anywhere.
Yeah, it really does.
No, I'm just a little
Though really,
tired.
after watching Earthbound, I can't really complain. Earthbound is, nasty.
I'm sorry, but I don't remember anything.
Well, no worries. You're safe, and that's more than enough.
But there's no mistake that Yukiko-san was, attacked the same way as the last two victims. And I think the one we saw on the Midnight Channel wasn't the real Yukiko-san, but her shadow.
I like how sharp
And
Yosuke
maybe the
can be at
things
times.
Yukiko-san was suppressing in this world took form in the TV.
You know, Teddy was saying something like that.
It's no use. You're just going round and round in circles. What kind of person could be doing this?
You know, we literally just cleared a dungeon and killed a boss that nearly wiped us. Let's take a break. I think we could all use some sleep.
Yeah, we can go over it some other day. Yukiko really needs to get some rest. I'll take her home.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yukiko-san must be exhausted. We'll talk about all this some more once she gets her strength back.
Honestly, considering how draining the fog apparently is, I don't think they really thought much about it. And as long as they're not there when Chie brings her back, it's probably okay.
He's home!
Dojima-san. Dojima-san brought his boyfriend.
Hello?
Hi there.
We got off work at the same time, so I'm giving him a ride back to his place. I thought we might as well swing by.
Nice to meet you. I'm Adachi, the guy who's been
Yeah.
a dad's slave since spring.
I can still work you harder, you know.
A good one, sir. Oh, I almost forgot. You're friends with Yukiko Amagi, right? They found her safe and sound. Tell all your friends at school.
Let's not admit we already know.
Yeah, for us on the force too. But this doesn't mean the case is closed, though. We were just questioning Miss Amagi. but she says she doesn't remember anything that happened while she was missing. And we can't figure out her whereabouts during the missing period either. It's like she really disappeared.
Excuse
It's
me,
all
sorry.
pretty fishy if you ask me.
I have a cold, you
Like
see.
there's something else going on.
Jeez, that was quite a backhand, Dojima.
Stop blabbering, dumbass.
If you didn't want him to blabber, stop him partway through. Don't
Sorry.
smack him upside the head.
Ignore him. He's just spouting some wild fantasy. Don't worry. The police aren't common hayseeds who believe everything they hear.
Better than the police
He's
here,
just
then.
muttering to himself. Don't take it seriously.
I'm hungry.
You're right. My stomach's growling too.
So you do have a softer side around Nanako-chan, sir.
Shut up and sit down. And wash those hands first. I should do the same.
So he ate dinner with a random stranger. Okay. Oh yeah, this is also something that will happen when you have social links. They will sometimes stop you in the halls and ask you to spend time with them. Yeah, she probably was. Poor little Nanako. Generally, what I'm going to be trying to do is I'm going to be prioritizing our party members first in terms of what we max, and then I'm going to prioritize the school ones, considering they have a limited time, because you can't actually rank up the school ones during summer. Say classes have ended today, you're waiting for Yukiko to recover. And it will always say that for everyone whenever you rescue them. You'll be waiting for them to recover until the fog comes and goes. So we will not be grinding in the castle for a while, because we don't get Yukiko until she actually recovers. So instead, we are going to be spending this time on social links! So, we can do with Ko. He told us that earlier. I don't remember where Yusuke hangs out. Yosuke! I don't think he's downstairs. I think Yosuke hangs out on the second floor. I'm just making double sure. Yeah. Che is in your class. Yosuke hangs out on the second floor. So you can kind of see at a glance who's ready to rank up. Let's go ahead and go with the strength one. So if you do not mind, the answer is Pi.
Yo.
Oops, I have to actually talk to Ko, not Duske.
Yo.
Talk to him while he's off screen. Oh yes, this as well. If you have a persona of the Arcana of the social link, you actually get bonus social link points, which makes it easier to level it up. So whenever you're leveling something up, you kind of want to keep a persona of that Arcana around. What the persona is and the actual Arcana and the bonus does not matter. Like, a level 1 persona gives you the same bonus as a level 99 persona. It's just that, do you have a persona of this Arcana? Yes, you get bonus points. That's literally the only check it does. So it's a good habit to, like, if you're leveling a specific rank, to have an empty spot and then pull the cheapest persona out of the compendium and use that. Also, this is going to increase our diligence, which is good, because that's one of the ones we needed to level up. All the best options are option 1. That was actually the one I wanted to pick in the first place, so we could actually see Aya. Hugo Row. What is that? Oh, so you can see what your rank was by the music notes above their head. 1 is the best answer, or 3 music notes is the best answer, 2 music notes is a good answer, 1 music notes is an okay answer, and none means you picked the awful answer. Twice cooked pork. That sounds good. I want that. Dang it, now I'm hungry.
Hey.
So Daisuke pushes it off on the newbies. Good to know. Ooh, Ko's got an admirer. And he's not very happy about it. I wonder what his little top says there. It's probably Yasugami. So you can see that I got 2 points there because it's not always going to be like, you're not always going to have a 3-point answer. There are just certain ones that are the best of the options that you have to get. So you want to try to maximize as many points as you get so that you don't have to waste days on them. Because if they're not ready to rank up, you generally have to waste a day hanging out with them to get them ready to rank up. And sometimes that is inevitable, especially for the later ranks. But if you can avoid it during the earlier ranks, it's actually very good to do because it saves you some time. Thankfully, since I'm not going to be maxing every social link in this playthrough, it doesn't really matter as much because I have more time to work with. Also, the reason I'm not maxing every social link is mostly because that requires you to adhere to a very strict schedule. You have no free days if you're trying to max everything one way through. I would have more free days because I don't need to raise my stats as much. But it still essentially is you have a rigid schedule you'd have to adhere to. There's no flexibility, and I just don't really find that all that fun. Especially because you don't need to max them all in one go. If you max them over multiple playthroughs, you still have the benefits of maxing them. In terms of you can fuse that persona. And since you can register stuff to the Arcana, you can just spend a certain playthrough on certain Arcana, fuse all the personas, register them, and then not have to care. But it's really just a matter of how you want to play the game, because there's no wrong way to play this game. I personally prefer to have all the party members maxed for something that comes later, because it feels less impactful if all the party members are not maxed. Though I'm not gonna max a certain one because I just can't stand her. And I already told you about this. A friend of mine has told me she gets way better later in the rank, but the rank does nothing to affect the actual dialogue and the main plot. And I honestly just want to tase her. Because she is creepy as fuck. Like, I honestly find her one of the creepiest characters in the game.
Alright, let's go home.
Oh, I should actually step out and check the bulletin board in the shopping district to get myself some stuff I can do during evening time. I don't know who that is. I will actually stop by the shopping district tomorrow and check the bulletin board to grab some stuff I can do at night. You tripped that Ko and Daisuke were throwing you into the air. That's probably either very fun or very dizzying. Or possibly both. Also, you can actually leave school freely without much issue. You just can't go back home.
What's up?
Actually, yeah, I find her creepier than Akechi. Which, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. Also, since I have Pixie, I already have a Magician Arcana persona, so that's nice. The thing about that character is that she's incredibly clingy, forceful, and tries to, like, forcibly claim and start a relationship with the main character. And she is never called out on it. You can never refuse it. And it's just... It just happens. Nobody ever even blinks at it. So I find Akechi less creepy because at least what he does is displayed to be not right and weird. But that doesn't work for that character. Her weird possessive clinginess that gives really huge abuse flags is just treated as okay because I guess he, she, girl. I don't think I need that. Actually, that might increase courage. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. We need courage, diligence, and expression. So I can read this at night now. And the billboard is actually over this way. There is a second spot to the shopping district, which is out here. Where is the... I don't remember where the... Ah, here it is. It's a little hard for me to see some things. Okay, I can't actually do anything with that yet. Let me see if I can get the other one yet. Because there are actually only a couple of things you can do at night. I want to see if I can get at least one of them. You can just talk to the random NPCs around. It's actually kind of good to do because certain NPCs will give you quests. And certain quests are actually required to finish to do certain social links. Actually, I think only one social link works off quests, but still. Okay. Apparently I can't actually unlock any of the nighttime actions just yet. Yeah, go ahead and look up for me when you can unlock fishing and when you can unlock some of the part-time jobs. I'm actually just gonna go shopping. Wait. I probably should say this for later because I can't equip Yukiko yet, but I can sell the stuff at least. Sell materials and he'll make stuff. I guess I only made stuff for them. Might as well get them as equipped as I can get them because we're gonna need all that punching power for the next dungeon. We're actually gonna need it to go through Yukiko's dungeon again. So when I mentioned that, is this the right one? Yes. So when you actually finish the week of a dungeon, the dungeon actually restocks. It has a bonus boss and it has, I believe, stronger enemies in it. So it's a really good place for grinding after that. And here's where you just buy items. I'm gonna go ahead and buy 10 of these, which should keep us in good stock. Because you can actually teleport to the start from the boss butterfly. So, first part-time job unlocks tomorrow. Excellent. I'm gonna get 5 of these for emergencies. I'm going to get 4 of these also for emergencies. I'm actually going to pick up 5 of these. Again, emergencies. You see, there's not a whole lot we can really do anything with. So let's go hang out with Yosuke. As you can see, you can walk back into school as long as it's a day school is open. It's so that, like, if you want to hang out with someone at school but you really need to go shopping, you can just go shopping and come back. It's really nice, and I really like the way it works. So Yosuke is... Yeah, Yosuke hangs it over here. Hey, buddy!
Yo!
So look that we're bonding with Yosuke with Pixie.
Alright!
And yeah, agreeing to hang out with him gives him a ton of points. I believe points do carry over, so like if you go over the points you need to rank up, those carry into the next rank, which is why you can level it so quickly. No, you're not. Don't lie. Also, I know that the first choice here is the best one, but what about the other ones? Steak croissant. What the fuck is a steak croissant? Also, if your steak is tough, you overcooked it. Oh, good to know. Yes, walk 2 feet away from the dude you're going to talk about, and then start talking about, him. He surely won't hear if you're that far away. Also, I know this whole thing about Junes sending other things out of business is supposed to be like a thing, but I've always just kind of felt very meh about it. Like, it's sad and disappointing, but if they're offering better service and better stuff for a lower price, that's kinda not their fault. I'm not saying that the corporation is good, because it's essentially Walmart, and Walmart is awful, but blaming individual people is kind of stupid. People only shop where they get the best value for their money, and if that happens to not be at your place, you might want to think what you're stocking. But again, I don't actually know anything about small businesses, I just know a lot of what I've read on. Which was generally, I went to Walmart because they had a better selection for better prices than my local business. Yeah, exactly. Taking it on the kid is even worse. You think the kid made the decision for that? He's a kid! Yeah, it's one of those where I feel really bad for...
Okay, let's head home.
I feel really bad for the shops that are closing down, and I don't support, like, a big, huge business by any means. But if you're losing if you're losing your customers to the big business, there's probably a reason.
Welcome home.
Dojima's not here today. And Naneko's still watching the quiz show. That's honestly the way it works around here too. There's not very many small businesses, but the ones that are, you can get a better value and better stock if you just go to like Walmart or something like that. The only ones that are only small businesses that are actually any good are like restaurants, and they're way better than chain restaurants a lot of the time. But actual stores, they have worse stock, lower quality for higher prices. So yeah, that's probably right as well. I do like the fact that it's just kind of a thing in this game. It's not really presented as good or evil. It's just kind of a thing that's happening. Also, hooray! Jobs! We no longer have to waste our time after night. Yeah, and like I like it because it makes sense they'd be upset even if the actual deep parts are not quite as impactful as you might think. It really makes it feel like a real place. I just really like it. Mesopotamian times. Mesopotamia means the land between the two rivers in Greek. Interesting, I didn't know that. Built between the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers. Makes sense. You need water to be able to do much of anything, so it makes sense that civilizations would work on rivered areas. Also, this is one of the issues I have with actually all Persona games. They present these questions to you that you, unless you studied this specific thing in class, you would have no real reason to know this. Like, I never studied these civilizations, so, This one is actually fairly intuitive because she just wants you to repeat that what she just told you. But there are some that'll be like, what like, this was an old civilization. What was the very obscure law the civilization have? And it just kicks you to the choices. Let's see. They were by the riverside because only Mesopotamia was between rivers. And she mentioned Mesopotamia itself had distinct laws, but they were all by rivers. I mean, like, I love learning in this game. I love the fact that I've learned, like, tons of random trivia from being in these games. But some of them are just really mean in what they assume you already know. Sweet expression. Do 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 do. And Yukiko's still resting. I don't actually remember what date Yukiko stops being resting. That's the date we'll actually progress in the plot. So until then, we're just doing social link stuff, which I think I already said. Whoops. So I actually can hang out with the. I can do the strength today. So I'm gonna grab that bulletin board and then I will go do strength. I do wish it actually gave you a better map, like I could have just gone straight to the shopping district north from where I was, rather than having to load out of the school, load into the shopping district, and then load into the shopping district north. But what you gonna do? Yeah, a heck of a lot of 5s are like that. Let's see. So we had something for diligence. I believe it was expression and No, we have expression. We need something for courage, something for diligence, and something for understanding. I don't know if there's a courage one, but there should be one for diligence and one for understanding. Ah, here's diligence. Oops. I believe this would give understanding. Yep. And yeah, it doesn't get paid, but where's translator? Expression, which we don't need. Ah, this is actually a good one to pick up because this is also one that opens a social link. You need a certain level of understanding, but you don't need a high level of understanding. Also, you know, it's Monday, Friday, or Saturday, which is 2 of the days that the others do not meet. So I will go ahead and take it today to go ahead and establish a social link. Yeah! It's really nice. So let's go work at the daycare center. Isn't it great? I don't know how they would be realistic about it in this game, admittedly, but still nice. So we're gonna handle children. Because babysitting children is the surest method of birth control, really. Although, I don't know how they would manage it with genuine scheduling without making the game not fun. So... This is going to work on understanding, so this will be nice. Apparently there's one boy left, all the other kids picked him up. Always sucks to be the last kid picked up from these. Also, way to be a twit, lady. Good God.
Oh, you coon.
Also, Utah. I can't stop laughing at that.
Thanks for taking care of him.
She a nice lady. It really does! So I wouldn't even call that slightly. There's like a good half-foot elevation there. Maybe not quite that much. Maybe a quarter foot. Still pretty big. Jeez. Our boss is a gossiper. Woohoo, money!
Welcome home.
Aw, Nanako wants a part-time job. I bet you could be an envelope folder. That doesn't sound like it's too hard. Speaking of which... That's true. Considering Dojima can't be bothered, her part-time job is taking care of the house. Oh, hello, kitty. Let's try speeding up the pace and see what it does. Yay! So the options it gives you during jobs like this are, what comes of it is completely random. Whether you do better or do worse is random. It doesn't really, affect anything at all. You just gotta kind of pick and hope. I earned some money from making envelopes. Hey, 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 hey! Don't chew my headphone cord. Hey. Apparently you don't get morning on days off. I thought you got your morning, but no, you just get daytime. I'm getting a phone call.
Yeah, hello?
Oh, it's Ko.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go ahead and, hang out with him.
Okay.
These are unique little scenes that are not related to the social link itself. They might be modified by what position the social link is in, but they're not actually related to the social link. Hey! Hey! Stop that! Does station air actually have bad air? I don't know. I've never actually been to a station like this before. This is probably better for Ko, so we'll go with that option. Maybe not. Apparently Daisuke really likes Yosuke. Oh, I see. Yosuke will be press ganged into having friends. Yeah, apparently the choices don't really matter all that much in these. Also, this is good. This means that the next time you hang out with him, you'll get a rank up. But it has to be an official hangout, not these little called things on your days off.
Welcome home.
I just like checking Nanako and seeing what she has to say. She doesn't really get a lot of different dialogue, but... I believe we've just maxed out diligence. Kitty. I will check the next chance the game gives me control. Oh hey, the cultural clubs start today. So Oreo voted for band. What do you think, Pi? And the other, and anyone else if they're still around. We'll go with band then. I don't think I've ever seen band either. understood colleges looking at extracurricular stuff. Oh, hey, it's PE time. Why would a thief sneaking into your house make it dangerous to fall asleep in your house? You are strange, Kondo-sensei. Oh, this is also what I mean. Like, how do I know what time they sneak into my house in Japan? Honestly, my guess would be 3 p.m. because wouldn't everybody be at work then? That seems like it'd be the best option since people would work and students would still be in school. Let's try it. I don't really care about the knowledge, so... Huh, so it's 8 a.m. Also, as you can see, nothing really bad happens if you get the answer wrong. The teachers don't even really yell at you that much. Some can be snarky, but in general, they just don't really react. Alright, let's go see about that culture club. That's the wrong staircase. Also, sorry Yosuke, can't hang out today. Got culture club. The layout of this school will always be weird to me. It doesn't matter how many times I play this game. This should be the faculty office. Yes. Time to deal with King Moron again. This is the same dialogue we just asked about culture clubs today. Ground floor of the practice building. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So they sort of, you can see they sort of intersect with the sports club, so you just gotta pick and choose. Oh yeah? Okay, so the ground floor of the practice building, which is the other building. And yes, we actually can access the other building. Jesus Christ. Tomek. Suing. Storage. That is... wow! No. Where is the band room? Mysterious voice from inside, and so she's like, oh, I don't want to go in there. Oh my God. Say, he said they met on the first floor. Oh. Okay. Jesus Christ, no wonder Japan has such a high suicide rate. band is definitely not on the first floor here. I guess let's check the second floor. Despite what Maroka said. Sociology classroom? Alright. English classroom. Workshop. Art room. Biology lab. I think this actually took me back to the main building. Yeah. And I can't go back that way. Oh, there we go. Okay, so where the heck is the band room? I think this is why I never actually did anything in band, is I couldn't find the place. It's not this. What's not the sewing room? Home ec. Sewing and home ec. Science lab. Don't go in. Science lab. Meeting room. Meeting room. Okay, where the heck is band? Because he said it was on the first floor, but I didn't see it anywhere on the first floor. How do I actually get into band class? Let's see if I can find this. Big doors on the right side of the practice building. I did check all the doors, that's the thing. Like, this is the drama room. Science lab. Make sure not to go inside. Do I need to check this door of the science lab? No. Comic room smells good. Sewing room. Sewing machines. Sewing room, sewing machines. Home ec smells good. Music prep room is empty. Like, there's no other doors but these. I don't see where it could be. That might be it. I thought it was exit to the other building. Is this it? This is it! Okay. Yeah, I thought it led to the other building. I'm just dumb. To band! Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not what I was thinking. I'm thinking is her art looks weird and unfitting somehow. I think it's those weird cheeks. Like, they aren't realistic in the slightest, and no one else in the game has them, and they just look bizarre on her. It's like that one dude in the V3 who was just so completely out of place among everybody else. But not as bad. Also, Persona 4 doesn't suck like V3 does. Sure. Let's say Soji's good at musical instruments.
Yes. Oh, Ayane Matsunaga.
She's cute though. I see why Oreo likes her.
Oh, Senpai.
Always nice to have the reminder. I do find it weird that there are clubs that don't take attendance, but again, I actually didn't go to a school that had after-school clubs, so maybe that's just kind of how it works. I think I just got really unlucky because a ton of people talk about like after school clubs and having a lot of electives, and the schools I went to were so small, we had no after school clubs, and we had like 3 electives total you could pick from. Like for the entire school, not just for a year. So I think I just got stuck in like the boony schools that had basically nothing in them.
Go ahead, Senpai.
Man, I'm not gonna leave you to make you clean up all this by yourself. The rest of the club are kind of asses for making you do that. Also, let's not even just leave. Just sit there and watch her clean. I will say I find it funny this game lets you be a total asshat to people. I could never take it, but it's still funny. Jeez, this club is trampled all over this poor kid. Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? We're gonna have to make sure to stop that. And Ayane is the sun social link for us. As I said, the Culture Club would be sun in general. But unlike the sports club, it's not linked together. We won't see anything of the drama club.
Goodbye. Welcome home.
Oh, sweet, we can make food. Or rather, we can watch me mess up making food. So here's what I mean when I say that I'm not very fond of the way cooking works in this and Persona 5. It gives you ingredients, and then tells you what you're making, and then asks you how to make it. Like, I've never even heard of pork ginger. I literally have no idea what I'm supposed to do with this. I don't even know what blanching it means. It's like, it's just confusing because it doesn't give you any indication of what you're supposed to do. It just kind of assumes you'll know how to cook this. It's kind of strange. Like, there isn't even books you can read in the game that tells you how to handle cooking. It just gives you this option. I guess score it with a knife? The problem is if you mess up cooking, you get no social link points, which kind of wastes that. But let's try it. Oh, interesting. Apparently I picked the right option, though. Aromantic is actually a good thing, and if you make bait from the leftovers, that usually means you did it right. I think Aromantic is good. I remember it being good. Also, yeah, for some reason, this teacher has huge lips. It's strange. Also, that is actually vaguely important for a little later. Natural number that's half the sum of its positive divisor. I have no idea. This is math. I blank at math. I would assume it's an amicable number? Because a prime number means it can only be divided by itself in 1. And that's not what a half of a sum of its divisors is. I don't know what a perfect number is. Am I right here, Pi? Is it an amicable number? Or is it a perfect number? I was always terrible at math. You can look up Google! That's why I'm asking you. I don't think I've ever actually met more than one person who was good at math in my life, actually. 2. Maverick is really good at math to the point that it's actually kind of scary. And I met one other person who was an acquaintance who was good at math, but everybody else I've met has just been terrible at math. This perfect number, interesting. I wonder what an amicable number is, or if that's not a term. Because they do put, like, things that aren't real terms in as well. Jesus Christ. I didn't understand a word of that. That was all gibberish to me. She is not ready to rank up yet, or it would have told us. So I'm gonna eat lunch with her to get some more points on her. So when you actually make lunch, you get an extra time slot called lunchtime, which, as it sounds, you pick to who to share your food with. For some reason, it doesn't actually let you share your food unless you make it at home. I guess it's just a time. I guess it's just like a time bonus thing, but it's a little odd. You just take them up to the rooftop and eat with them. You take them up even if it's raining, which is kind of funny to me. Huh. Interesting.
Delicious.
Okay, good, I was correct. Aromatic is actually a really good one. Oh, good. She loved it. Ah! I believe that means Chie is actually ready to rank up. So all three of the social links we have currently up are ready to rank up. So let's see. Chie is not here. That is very true. Yosuke is not here. I don't think Chie is here. Chie is in the classroom, right? Chie, we don't.
Yo.
Well. Either way, we can actually rank these guys up, so let's go ahead and do that. So what am I looking at for their rank 2? I just need to... Luckily, I think Kusith is of the Sun Arcana, so I think I've got something for all of the Arcana we currently have active.
All right.
232. Excellent. I love that Dasuke just shows up all the time. Ko does the same if you pick soccer, but it's still funny to me.
Whoa.
Hmm?
What?
You okay, Ko?
Sorry.
Oh, he's got stuff to do. But then who will pay for it if we're going ahead? House of Ichijo? I have a bad feeling about this. I have a very bad feeling about this. This is kind of a nice looking place, actually. It looks very, compact, though. A little tighter than I'd like in a restaurant.
Thanks, man.
Okay, interesting setup. Oh, that sounds like it sucks a lot. Yikes. Okay. Why? Because she's stupid, that's why. Alright. Oh, I guess that makes sense, but like, literally anything that's active has the potential for injuries. Baseball's not even a thing where you're like touching the other person. You want to talk about chance for injuries? Go to soccer or football. I know how you feel. That is a weird translation then. But I'm just kind of like... From what I know of basketball, it's one of the ones that you have the least chance to get injured for. Even in soccer and football, you're smashing into each other. In basketball, you're not really supposed to even knock people down, or you get in trouble. Level 3, power and the strength arcane has grown, blah blah blah. Then what do they do for, like, keeping active then? I mean, I don't like sports, but I don't really get the view of them like that, but what do I know? People are weird.
Welcome home.
It's raining tonight. I do like the rain sound effect in this game, admittedly. Alright, I think that's actually enough for now, though. We'll continue more later on. Maybe we'll actually get Yukiko into the party, see what she can do, and get to my favorite character of the game, but we'll see.